How are you 100% sure that the decisions you're making right now about your life are correct? Because when scientists conduct a study, one of the most important factors they keep in mind is their sample pool. If they want to make an accurate conclusion, they have to make sure that number one, they have a large enough sample size, which means enough people in their study. Because if there's only 5 people in your study, you can't really say that your conclusion applies to the rest of the population. Number 2 is that their sample pool is diverse enough. They have to make sure that the people they are conducting the study with are spread out, meaning male and female, people of different ethnic backgrounds, people of different ages, again, to make sure that their conclusion applies to the entire population. If you're doing a study on how a drug affects people and your sample pool is filled with only men, then the conclusion you come to may be very different than if you had both men and women. For all you know, this drug of yours might be dangerous for women. So why is it that so many of us draw conclusions about our lives and what direction we need to head in from sample pools that are not diverse at all? You know, we're brought up in a household where our parents teach us their values. Then we're sent to school for the next 13, 20 years of our lives, where most of us hang out with people with very similar values. And then we make huge decisions about our lives that will affect us for many, many years based off of these values. Such as, oh, I have to go to college, or oh, I have to study this, or oh, I have to get a stable 9-to-5 job, or oh, I have to buy a nice car, or oh, I have to be in a relationship, or oh, I shouldn't say this or that. How are you so sure that the conclusion, the direction you're planning the rest of your entire life in is correct when the large majority of your sample pool is filled with very similar people? Not only that, but most of us have a very small sample pool that we draw conclusions from. Think about it. How many new people did you meet this year that you sat down and really got to know? For the majority of us, not many. And to drive the point even further, how many people did you meet this year from a different age group, from a different country that you sat down with and got to know? Probably even less. It's as if so many of us are taking a supplement that we think will make us happy, but the only research we've done on this supplement has been conducted on 10 people who are in their 40s. I don't know about you, but I would not take that pill until I did more research. That's why I am such a big supporter of 3 things that will allow you to make more accurate decisions in your life by increasing the size and diversity of your sample pool. And they are taking a gap year, traveling, and reading. Instead of jumping right into college from high school, you should honestly take a gap year. Many of us go to college immediately after 13 years of being surrounded by the same exact mindset. Then we force ourselves to pick a career that we plan on doing for the rest of our lives. A gap year helps you realize what you actually want to do or study. It gives you perspective. Now, a lot of people do gap years incorrectly. To make the most out of a gap year, you need to throw yourself into the deep end of the pool. I would recommend that you take on a job that's way outside of your comfort zone. Something like sales, which exposes you to people from all walks of life. You end up interacting with people from all ages, all ethnic backgrounds for hours at a time, and this really expands and diversifies your sample pool. Number 2 is to travel. When you travel to another country, you're thrown into a world with people that have a completely different outlook on life. They want different things in life, different things make them happy, and they live with different priorities. It's amazing to travel because you realize that the world you've lived in your whole life is only a tiny piece of the puzzle, a small piece of what really goes on in this world. And number 3 is to read nonfiction. I preach about reading a lot. Reading is extremely powerful because it plunges you into the mindset of someone who is usually much more experienced than you. Their ideas and mindsets get passed on to you. If you are interested in the benefits of reading, I'll link to one of my videos about it in the description below. Always remember to question yourself, guys. How and why are you so sure that this is the path that you want to walk down? Because if the sole reason is based on a conclusion you drew from your small sample size that lacks diversity, you might find yourself 5 to 10 years down the line, unhappy and filled with regret. This episode was brought to you with the help of the guys at OnlineMoneyBack.com. The premise behind it is very simple. They are an affiliate of eBay, which means that every time you go onto their website, click on this link right here and purchase anything off of eBay, they get a percentage of that money back as commission. The great thing about onlinemoneyback.com is that they give you a cut of that commission. So if you're looking to save some money the next time you shop on eBay, definitely give them a try.